Welcome back to the channel. So I've been kind of, by the way, I just woke up. I've been sick on and off. I don't have my glasses on. I don't have a hat on. My hair looks gross, but I'm here. I've been neglectful. Last week my head wasn't right, so I didn't really do a lot of recording besides my 3-hour stream that we did last week. But one of my patrons, Moon Baby, who's one of my top patrons here, she requested a song, and that's what we're gonna do today. But I want to read a little passage here, what she wrote, because I feel it's important to have some context, right? She wrote here, my favorite artist is a young man from China, Hua Chenyu. I'm hoping I say that correctly. Who is now one of the biggest stars there. His concerts drew tens of thousands of fans called Martians. I like that name. And he is hands down one of the most talented singers and songwriters I've ever seen or heard. His stage charisma is incredible, and music is like therapy for many people. There's so many amazing performances to show you, but I want to start with an early one from 2018, with one that most reactors start with because it shows a good range of his skills, even though it only touches on them. If you like what you see, want more, it's a pretty deep rabbit hole, but very worthwhile. Obviously, any new artist that we've come to do on this channel is a huge rabbit hole, so I'm totally fine with that. So anyway, she sent me this one. It's a cover of a song called Nunchucks, and we're gonna get into that today. So I'm excited to kind of again get into a new artist, right? I'm finding that these international artists, right, have been very surprising in a sense of out here in America, because of the lockup mainstream companies have on music out here. A lot of this stuff gets missed in these states. So obviously the internet is great for that, right? But YouTube, we know, is in cahoots with the mainstream music industry, so they don't really push stuff either. So I'm glad that we have this community that can kind of send these artists to us, right? All right, so without further ado, I have closed caption on Moon Baby, so thank you for that, and thank you again for that pledge. I really do appreciate you and being a supporter of the channel. That really helps out a lot. And if you guys like this content and want to see more reactions from me, go ahead and feel free to join the Patreon. It is not required or expected, but it does help the channel out a lot, so I do appreciate that. And if you are new to the channel here, what we do here is I'll watch the video and listen to the music. I'll stop it here and there where I see fit. I do stop a lot because I like to break down the lyrics, break down what I'm hearing at the time I hear it, and then at the end we'll talk about the message, we'll talk about the music. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. This is Hua Chenyu, his cover of Nunchucks for the Singer 2018 competition. Without further ado, let's get into this. Beautiful piano. Ooh, I like that slide down. Okay, ho. Before we get into the what sounds like almost a rock ballad here. His tone is very clean. I love his vibrato, but honestly, when he gets into kind of the higher register stuff, he almost gets into this kind of gritty rock vocal that I'm keen to as a rock musician, but which is very interesting because his kind of not lower register, but kind of mid-range register stuff is, I'd say, what you would expect from a singer, right? But when he gets in that higher register, he gets into like really rock vocals, which makes sense now because it sounds like it's going into like this rock ballad type of thing. But there's a lot of like grit to it that I really like. Okay, let's continue. feel like if you could see the wavelength of these vocals, right, it would almost be perfectly the same for every vocal line, right? Because he's singing the same melody, right, for each basically vocal line. And I feel like if you could see the wavelengths, they would be perfectly the same. They would look like mirror images of each other for each verse. It's hard to do, to keep kind of that same tone of voice, same melody, same vibrato perfectly every single time. There's got to be variations, right? And it sounds like it's perfect. I love that slide down. We got the, all right, we got the electric guitar coming in. Okay. Hold on. I've never heard the original before, obviously, so this is all like brand new to me, right? We got another. He's spitting right now. Okay, let's go. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I'm trying to think of it. Almost honestly, when he hits those high notes, especially in this part, sounds a tad bit like Axl Rose. And I'm not saying he's as good or like Axl Rose. Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying he's like Axl Rose. I'm just saying the kind of vibrato and the tone of voice sounds a lot like that. It's hard to sing like Axl Rose, bro. That dude can sing, and especially in those high registers, really well. And he's doing it with ease. There is a backing track behind him. Just, it's not that he's lip singing, but there's a backing track for the chorus, right? A lot of bands do this where they have somebody doing backup vocals singing in unison for kind of a, you know, more levity to it. It's really cool. It's impressive, man. Damn. I gotta go back to that. So like, again, higher notes are a lot harder to hit for most people, right? And does he go over? Sometimes when people do those high notes, especially in a live performance, when you're using a lot of energy, right? You sometimes overshoot it or undershoot it, and you have to make a quick adjustment. Most people don't really hear it, right? If it's quick enough, but it does happen. He almost does that, but he hits it perfectly. Insane, man. Nice falsetto tone. kind of it's almost like he has like two different voices or three different voices, right? He has his obviously his rapping voice, but when he's singing the falsetto, I want to talk about first. Let's talk about that falsetto. Personally, I feel that falsetto is a lot harder to control your voice because you're using a different part of your vocal cords. If you want breakdown on that, always go to the Charismatic Voice or Chris Lipe for that stuff because they kind of dive deep into the voice. But I feel I sing better in falsetto only because I don't have a good voice and just I feel more comfortable singing in that. But for most singers, falsetto can be a hit or miss. Falsetto is a lot harder to control your timbre, a lot harder to control your tone, a lot harder to control vibratos, your slides. Everything I feel is a little bit more difficult. His is very clean and very good, and I actually really like his falsetto. And he's kind of not exuding a lot of air coming out of his mouth when he's doing his falsettos, which makes it even harder to control. And he does a great job. But what I was saying before is, I feel like he has like three different voices, right? His rapping voice, his falsetto voice, and then he has like his mid-range voice. But then he has this, when he hits these high notes, it's like he goes into this totally different persona for his voice, for lack of a better term, where it just sounds completely different, right? So each section of his voice kind of has a different sound or different kind of theme for his voice. It's very, very like almost, it sounds like something that would be unnatural, but it's just crazy. Like that little like growl almost that he's doing. It's really cool. I'm telling you that those notes are hard to hit. The way he's singing those high notes is not falsettos. That part's easier to sing in falsetto. He's singing from the diaphragm and he's belting it. He's screaming it. Extremely hard to sing and be accurate with that. He does a great job. That was sick. First of all, I want to say that the song itself is a sick song. I like kind of the, you know, you bring in the kind of the Asian elements, right, that they have had in the song, which is really cool. You have the rock elements, but as a song itself, I like it a lot. Something that Moon Baby mentioned in her kind of synopsis of the song, I totally will agree with, and it's that his stage presence is amazing. You have to think, right, I don't know how old he is. It looks like he's pretty young, but I you know, good genes kind of is prevalent over there, but I think that he's probably like 18, 20s, somewhere along there. And he looks like a natural on stage. Like, he got the crowd into it. You saw the crowd was going nuts. He was engaging of the crowd. I think that is something that is definitely important for an artist. That you can be this talented musician, this talented singer, whatever. But if you don't engage with your audience on stage, you're missing an element of performance. And I think that's a big thing. He has this whole package. He can sing, he can engage the audience. He has the you know, the voice that can, it's kind of like a chameleon, right? He has the rock style, he has a hip hop style vocals, he has the mid-range vocals, he has the very clean kind of, you know, operatic type vocals, all that stuff. It's really interesting, the amount of talent that's out there that is kind of goes unnoticed, right? I want to learn more about, I want to know more about Hua Chenyu and kind of dive deeper into yet another rabbit hole. But thank you, Moon Baby, for doing this. Yet another rabbit hole I'm gonna find myself down. I don't have enough time in the week to go down all the rabbit holes, but I'm here for it. I am here for it. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, this breakdown, and you like content like this, please feel free to join my Patreon. Again, it is not expected nor required, but it does help the channel out a lot, and you can request things like this and be moved to the top of the list. This was a lot of fun. I do appreciate learning about new artists, new talented artists. I appreciate the love and support you guys have been showing me. If you can, I don't know if this is, yeah, this is his channel, I believe. Go ahead and like and subscribe. He only has 60 subscribers. I don't know if that's actually his channel or not, but in any case, try to support Hua Chenyu as much as you can. That's what this channel is about, is supporting the artist. Like, subscribe on my channel, like, subscribe on his channel. I do appreciate the love and support, and please do remember that good vibes are contagious.